Welcome back, everybody. We got the essentials here. We're going to be cleaning the fridge. I wanted to show you my little butter container here. This is my little butter Tupperware. When butter is open, I put it into that. We are spring cleaning, essentially, kind of. We're getting ready to go on our family vacation, and before we do that, I always like to wash the bedding, clean the fridge, kind of have a fresh start, so that when we come back home from our trip, all I have to do is worry about laundry, and that's it. So we get caught up on everything else. I did go ahead and take that plastic off these shelves. They have been on this fridge since I bought this fridge many years ago, and they're trying to bubble and just look really bad. So the first thing I do is empty out different sections, and I try to close the fridge to give it a break so it's not running constantly. And then the other thing is you want to really make sure that you're getting those rubber seals good, making sure that there's no crumbs, making sure they're not getting dry and cracked. I use like that orange spray that people use for wood. It's just a hydrating, oily substance. I have used that. I also use it on the seals on my car doors too, and it works amazing. So here I am just organizing the condiments, and then I want to do something different with my yogurt because right now all of my yogurt and fruit is in the bottom drawer, and the bottom drawer is a very difficult one to get to because it doesn't line up with the door. So the door has to be absolutely completely open to get that drawer open, and it tends to kind of catch on the rubber seal there, and I don't like that. So the system we have right now is that top shelf is DC's, the second one is mine, the third one is shared, the fourth one is drinks and stuff, and then there's two drawers. The top drawer is meat and cheese, segregated from DC's and my side, and then the bottom drawer is where I had my yogurt and fruit, which we need to move that because that's just not working. The reason we have separate shelves is because I have a lot of dietary restrictions. I have a lot of food allergies, and this just makes it easier for DC to not have to worry so much and eat whatever he wants. These are cucumbers, pickles that a friend gave us, and I hate to throw these out, but y'all, they don't look good. Like, I don't think they were properly canned, and I say that with love and affection, but they just do not look good, and I'm just not. DC hasn't eaten them. They've been in the fridge for like 4 to 6 months. I don't even like pickles, so with love and compassion, I'm going to dump them all because it's time to let go, you know? And then we can go grocery shopping and get reset for our vacation trip, in addition to making our bed, washing our bedding and everything, which we do that once a month anyways. I always do that at the first or the end of the month, where I'll just wash all of our bedding. And I'm going to go ahead and do that about a week early just so we can get that over with. So when we come back from our trip, we won't have to worry about that. So I'm checking all these empty containers, and this one was full. I did not know that, y'all. These are all like empty pitchers that I just keep in the fridge just to store because they take up so much room in the cabinet space anyways. And that one was in the back, and it was full. And it was full of mold. I'm going to try my best to save it. It is plastic. I washed it out, and then I'm running it through the dishwasher right now. And then I need to change the trash because it's already full. Now, this is a little tack that I don't know if you guys know or not, but the seam of the trash bag actually needs to go inside. So if you put your trash bag on backwards and then just push it in, instead of like opening it up and flailing it open like a parachute, it actually will be stronger if that seam is on the inside. Here I am just using a strainer to dump all those pickle jars. All the other containers were empty in there, that's good. These are my pickling, and like those clear ones are like for pickling or canning, and then the orange one's for orange juice, and then that clear green one is for DC's tea. Ta-da! Fridge is done. And then now for what I'm really dreading is this freezer, partly because my husband likes to just shove shit wherever he can get it. It absolutely drives me freaking nuts. I found the butter. I thought we were out and we had more butter, so that was awesome. I have those little cardboard boxes there that you just see me pull out. They're from Aldi, which is a grocery store. And they just put them on the shelves, and I just take them home for organizing. That's corn from our garden, actually from last year. We need to eat that up. And then that is frozen corn and strawberries from our garden, also from last year. We need to eat up. But yeah, my biggest organization tip is try something free. making sure that it's sustainable, like these cardboard boxes. Make sure that it actually works for you, you actually like it, before you invest in something a little bit more expensive like containers that may cost you actual money. So I always recommend that, doing a free version first with cardboard, making sure that the size is right, and then step it up. My trick for this fridge is the outside, I just use a Clorox wipe, and then I buffed it with a dry towel. That's how I get the streaks out. These are DC's little coffee ice cubes. They're coffee with coffee creamer in them, and I try to make them ahead of time for him so he can put them in his coffee in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and just rinse this off and make coffee so we can cool down. We can put it back in the freezer so he'll always have. He's a coffee addict, y'all. He is. He's a little bit of a coffee snob, not gonna lie. So because this isn't like dirty and I'm not using it for anything else, I'm just lightly washing it with water. I don't even use soap. And then that's the Bruin. Go back over here. He's got these things, y'all, are so nasty. They are worse than cardboard. They taste worse than cardboard. Never buy those again. So the way that this organized system works here is a top shelf is vegetables, which you can just see me pull some out of the bottom there because my husband, again, shoved shit somewhere else where it didn't go. But the top shelf is vegetables, frozen fruit. Second shelf is mine. A third is his. And then the bottom two, we are going to be rearranging. These are little Cool Whip containers that I fill with water, and I use them as ice packs and coolers. I used to try to store ice. I absolutely refuse to buy ice. So I just make my own out of those little Cool Whip containers. The ice cube thing is like a giant ice cube, pops right out. It's perfect for coolers. So we are going to rearrange those bottom two shelves. I had pizza. Didn't even know I had pizza. That was expired fruit. These are for deviled eggs. They were kind of like ice packs for a container that broke years ago, and I guilty kept it because it was my mom's. Like, she gave it to us, and I felt bad. But one ice pack leaked everywhere. Those are reusable ice cubes there that I put into a different container. These are little puppy cups, like ice cream for puppies. So now this fourth shelf is going to be ice cubes. And we're all done. In total, that only took me 38 minutes, which is actually not bad. If I didn't have the camera and stuff that I had to kind of do in the background, probably could have cut it down to like 30 minutes. But that's proof that whatever you're putting off, just do it. So I hope this video inspires you to go clean something in your house, even if it's something little. I'm gonna go do some dishes, and I will see you guys next time.